I'm Amy Wagner with your Allworth advice. We've been dealing with inflation for well over a year now, but the problem might be even bigger than you realize. Inflation increased 9% last June from the previous year. If you got a raise at work around then, was it at least 9%? Probably not. But it's not just this recent stretch of inflation that's troubling. According to Moneywise, the middle class in the U.S. has been stretching their budget for quite a while. The reason comes from this information. On average, middle-class Americans made $74,000 in 2010. Now they make $90,000. That may seem like a good increase, but the problem, you would need to make $101,000 now instead of $90 just to be living the same as you did in 2010. That means you're falling behind. Do you want to beat inflation with your savings? We've said many times the stock market is your best bet for beating inflation over time. Investing over time is great advice for anyone saving for retirement as well. Don't forget to have an emergency fund also. Financial author Suze Orman says there's no substitute for having what she calls safe money that won't lose value when stocks are struggling. Here's the Allworth advice. Study after study has shown that the majority of Americans don't even have $400 set aside for an emergency. So when an emergency comes up, they often turn to their credit card and carry a balance. That's why an emergency fund, that money set aside for anything that might come up, really does come in handy. With your Allworth advice, I'm Amy Wagner.